everybody. Um, I'm going to try to get myself shown for a little bit. I have a sinus allergy issue today, so most likely I'm going to be dying from from my allergies. So if I pop off to the side, apologize. Wow, I'm looking very, very off right here. I'm so pasty that I'm in and out of shift here. Anyway, this is the ghost of Andrew. Sorry. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a fun little tidbit. I don't expect this stream to be more than 30 minutes long. I have a full day today as well, but I wanted to go over the first 3 tracks to album When We Fall. As you can see off to the side, where am I? That way. Off to the side here is the album art, graciously created and provided by my wonderful wife Emily. She has been amazing in getting all of these album art covers readied. I've been selecting the mood and pictures that were generated royalty free, but including some very special elements to this as well. So this one here is ready. I'm excited. This is just what I wanted for this. So yes, I'm ready. I'm expecting at this rate that When We Fall will launch towards the middle to end of February. I hope it doesn't take until March, but I'll let you know. This is things are panning out pretty easy for this first quarter of the year. My work has got me running strong, but I've constantly got stuff to do, including this. And as you can hear, my wonderful 7-month-old daughter is having a grand time. Her Mimi is here, and she couldn't be more excited. My son is down for a nap, so that's good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this turned off for the video, but I'm going to play these songs back to back and give some insight as to what's been going on with this album so far. I have 3 tracks. I've named them so far. Might change, that's how it usually goes. But the ones I have right now are Evolved, Before the Masses, and Transgression. This When We Fall album is really the balancing act, if you will, of will our species, will humankind continue, or will we fall into chaos and ruin? And when we fall, are we falling back to where we were? Are we falling into our old ways and our old sins? Or are we falling back and finding our true nature again and using that to do a resurgence? That might be one of the track titles too. So I have Evolved, Before the Masses, and Transgression at this time, and I have been excited to work on these many late nights and early mornings when I have time permitting to work on these, and it's ready. I think these 3 I have mastered. I might do some small tweaks, but they sound great. I have listened to the files directly from multiple systems now, so they sound great, ready for them to get uploaded. And I'm expecting that this album probably will have as many as 6 or 7 tracks. Another EP, extended playlist to match where we are. So in theory, there are 17 total tracks or scores for this When We series. So there were 5 in when we leave, 6 when we arrive. Did we have another? No, we had 5 when we rise. And then when we fall, we either be 6 or 7. Either way, that's over 20, and I'm super stoked because here within a year and a half, I'll take the win because I've really wanted to get this done within a 2-year time frame. So we're cutting that nearly in half, and these will all be available on all platforms, just like everything else. If you want to get when we leave, when we arrive, when we rise, those are on all platforms. Amazon, you got Amazon Music, you got Apple Music, Google Music, YouTube Music, Napster. I honestly did not know that Napster was still a thing, or that they had such an extensive library still. I will look into putting these on SoundCloud. That is one group that my distribution center does not send to, which is fine. I can actually upload directly from Magix, the program I use to create these. I can upload to SoundCloud directly. So that'll probably happen. If it doesn't, it's everywhere else. And I know Spotify, some of the other streaming services, Tidal, the list goes on. I could go through the entire list, but they're there. And I am really excited about that. I also signed up with Songtrust. That was at the end of last year, in December. But I signed up with them. Basically, they are going to check on other royalties that would come into, so that kind of protects the front end and the back end. So all the streams are taken care of through DistroKid, and then everything that gets played in the future would be through Songtrust, and that is really awesome. When I did my research on what there is out there, the unfortunate reality is if you don't sign up with some type of like PRO, which is a public rights organization group, if you don't sign up with them and your music has royalties that are just sitting out there in the ether, they go essentially to this like black box account that can be used to distribute back to the artists. But if no one claims them, if no one says this is my song and has the like legal backing, having an ISRC code for your music or any type of copywriting, you could lose out. You would basically not have a right to claim the music. It may be yours, and technically you have the copyright to the music, but you don't have the rights to pull royalties. And after a 2-year period, from my understanding, from a 2-year period, if you do not claim those funds, they will go back into the pool of all musicians, and that usually goes first to the folks at the very top. So just name someone who is extremely famous in music. They are going to get the money from whomever artist that's never claimed their royalties for their songs. Period. There's no going back. I want to know how much of their revenue is from other people. Really. I don't agree with the model that they have in play, but obviously that money has to go somewhere, right? I'm assuming that some of those rights organizations probably keep enough to like their services and stuff to keep going, but most of that money gets distributed to the top industry leaders. So just think about that. On the other side of it, I have also joined up and partnered with Envato, and through them, the Audio Jungle, I believe. It's been a long week, so my brain is not all here. But Envato has Audio Jungle, where you can submit to have songs that are royalty free. You can create them and have licenses there, and that's my plan for some of this. I think the synthwave stuff that I'm doing through the Synthwave project, I want to do that through Envato. I can still claim that those songs are still mine, but I'm able to set my prices onto how much it is. I'm hoping that, something like a quick, WAV, MP3, AIF group of files for these songs. Set it for, $6-7 if you just want to use it for a stream. If you guys want to have it as background music to something, or use it in a short film or whatever, that's cool. I want that. I want that to be used, and I want it to be available to anybody. With that, obviously, there has to be a trade-off. And while I could just say, let it be, let it go out there, this is the most secure way so that you're getting a valid copy, and that the proceeds are not just going to somebody who's grabbed it and sent it off. Kind of had that issue the other day when looking for some royalty-free pieces, and I noticed the video that I saw was actually one that I've used for my intro with the swirling water. That was on another site for royalty-free that you could just download, and I thought, wait a second, I had to pay $30 for the commercial license on this. How did it become free here? So honestly, I reported it. I probably could look the other way, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair, for me, an artist that's creating something, that I'm purchasing all my licenses, making sure that I'm following with the law correctly, and someone else is either not, or something else is amiss. Somebody is cheating the system in some way, and I don't want that. Obviously, that creates more chaos and lets some people not progress and advance. Okay, I have done enough talking. It is time to listen to When We Fall. So, beginning now, Evolved. Woo. We're going to start listening to Evolved. I'm going to shut off my cameras here because I might sneeze along the way, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm dying, but after my shower, I feel better. But I was working a little outside this morning, and it's been rough. Anyway, I'm going to end this video stream, except we're going to listen, and this is the beginning to When We Fall. All right, I'm leaving the meeting here, and here we go. Okay. That was Evolved. I want this to be the beginning. I want this to be the start of this album. I don't believe that these other two will be in consecutive order after that. So Before the Masses and Transgression more than likely will be separate, which is fine. But these will be still within the album for sure. So next up, Before the Masses. This is another harkening back piece. I wanted the score to have elements of, before, like ages past and future, which I don't know what sci-fi stuff isn't at the same time. This is a hybrid. This like epic orchestral has always been a hybrid of elements, whether it's something that's just different compared to something that's new. So anyway, we're going to listen to Before the Masses next. You know what? I just realized something. That is not the current one. There we go. I had made a new one. So this one is slightly different than the one that I published like a week ago. So we're going back. This one is the correct one. Before the Masses. Take two. Action. Okay. Phew. That one. Oh, I get on the edge of my seat when I listen to that one, honestly. It's so much fun. So, I'm going to move that real quick. Okay. I don't know why that keeps going back and forth. That's fine. AMP's actually been a really nice player. It's got a lot of pre-built presets and everything. So that was Before the Masses, the final edit mastered. Transgression is next. Like I said, these are not in order, but Transgression will definitely be in there. I was giddy when I made this one because there's some elements of like new world, new sci-fi world to this too. So, without further ado, let us listen to Transgression. And that is Transgression. I may do a little mastering to it, but it's there. I'm hands off at this point. It's perfect. So, those are the three thus far for this amazing album. I am ready to get it done and published and move on to the next chapter. This is the end of this series. This is the finale album, but there will be more. Do not worry. One of the things I want to do in the near future is like a meditation and lullaby and like exploring dream state options. And I'd be excited to create like a guided sleep piece. I remember I had watched and listened to Jeff Bridges had a like a sleep sounds album that he did, and that was just phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. It was really neat, and it was unique because he was taking you through like little walks, or the one that he had that was I think like 7-8 minutes long was you hiking up a trail in the mountains, and he would talk to characters on the way. He said, "Oh, there's a dog," Bridges fashion. He's like, I wonder if he's friendly. And let's see if we can throw a stick and see if he'll fetch it to us. And he just ran away, and that's all right. We'll just keep going. And you crawl down the edge of the cliff, and you find a stream, a creek, and you start looking around the rocks and find like a Spanish doubloon. He's like, what did you find there? Oh, that's an old Spanish doubloon. You should put that in your pocket. Keep it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was really neat. So something like that would be really cool. I know my kids, there's several tracks like Celestial Sleep and let's see, Leaving the Past Behind is actually a popular one for going to sleep too. And let's see, what's some of the ones from the new ones? The Sky was a good one. I liked that one. And I'm trying to think what else. Now I gotta go back. There are 6 tracks in the When We Rise. It's terrible of me because I'm like, this is my stuff, right? So if I go to music.youtube.com, pull this open. Woof. If I can give this the whole thing. Here we go. I mean, let's be real. This is all about the all about the stuff here, right? So there's When We Rise, When We Arrive, When We Leave. So when we leave, 5 tracks. When we arrive, 6 with the reprise, and 6. My kids still love Jubilee. It's so much fun. The 15-minute playlist. I kind of like that. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 19 minutes. This next one will be close to 19 probably, because if I have 6 or 7 songs here, there's one that might be like 5 minutes long at this rate. I've got an idea for what to do here. This will be like a capstone on the finale here. So, all right. Thank you all for joining. Whether you're viewing this now, later in the future, as an archive in the distant future, may you have a great day. Be safe. I hope you enjoy this. Hope that this brings inspiration and makes your mind alive through these. Have a great day and stay safe.